Hi everyone, today we are going to be working on this skull again from Kerby Rosanes' Imagimorphia book. Now the skull part is what we're going to concentrate on today, and we're going to be doing it purple. Now using my Black Widow set, Amethyst is the only purple that I have. I'm not sure if it's going to be quite intense enough for what I want, but we're going to see. Now I'm going to try and colour in the whole of the skull, and I need to try and find where the edge of it is. As I said at the end of my last video, I'm not quite sure where it begins and ends. I can see some lines here. I can see a line there, and I don't know if that's part of it. There. I may not be able to see very well, because I'm going to go there. There's a line there. That's a flower. I think I'm going to go in there. Down here. Because up here, we've got the line here. That's a line. So where's it coming? It's a little bit tricky. I think I'm going to colour a bit more out from here, and then I'll be able to see better what's going on. Now, as I mentioned before, the reason I have chosen purple, actually I don't know if I did say why, I didn't want to do black because there's a lot of black in the skull with shading and shadow, and I didn't want to lose that because that's quite very useful for us anyway. So, and purple I associate with Halloween, so I thought purple might be a fun colour. It's also a bit different, you know. We could have left it white and done the background black or purple, but I just thought there's a tiny line there, so I'm going to do this bit in purple. I just thought purple would be a little bit different and a bit fun. We'll see if it works, won't we? And as I say, don't colour until you've seen it. Don't colour along, because you might not like it. But also, I'm going to go up there. It's going to be my edge for that bit. And I think in here, that's it. Now I'm going to colour the rest. Now I've decided where my edge is, and then we'll have a look and see. So I'm just going to keep colouring this all in. I don't know how much you can see because I'm quite zoomed out, but it really is just basic flat colouring. There's nothing, I'm not doing any darker areas or lighter areas because it's all shaded for me. So I'm basically just filling in the spaces with a medium pressure of pencil. Now this particular shade of purple is not the most vibrant. As I say, it's the only one in my Black Widow set, so it's what I'm using. But if you want something more vibrant, you could grab something from another set of pencils. I actually think it's working quite well, personally, but you know, there are so many different shades of purple that you can choose something that you think will work for you. I've just found a flower there where I forgot to do the black middle, so I'm going to do that. It is easier to do this sort of thing as you go, you spot it, because otherwise you will just forget. So I can smell burning. I can often smell our neighbours cooking. Our walls are quite thin, I think, and I don't mind, it's nice, but someone's burning some toast or something. So poor thing. Or something, I don't know if it's toast actually. Might just be, smells more like it might be a saucepan. Now this area in here, I've really struggled to wonder what on earth to do with. I can't work out, I think it is just part of the bone structure within the skull, so I'm just going to colour it in the purple. You may have different ideas as to what you think it is, and you might want to colour it in a different colour, so just have a think about that yourself and do what you think is right. I don't know whether to, I'm going to colour just that bit there. I quite like the 3D effect that Kerby has got in this area here. and so I'm going to try and preserve that as much as I can. We do have a playing card here. I'm not sure what on earth I'm doing with that, but we'll see. I might just leave it white, because playing cards are normally white, aren't they? So we'll see. Oh, there's a bit of green I've missed there. It's just the end of the stem. It's just a bit sloppy. Didn't colour it right to the end. I often get distracted though. I start colouring one bit and then I look somewhere else and I move, or I actually get distracted by a phone call or something, and then I don't remember where I was at. So it's easily done. I'm not really an easily distracted person, but if your eyes flicker away, you don't always remember what you're doing. I think that's a leaf in there. Just gonna colour that in green. So I hope everyone's good and looking forward to Halloween. I don't know what everybody does. We never do anything. We had a party one year. My niece's birthday is on Halloween, so one year we had a Halloween birthday party for her when my boys were really little. One of my boys had a cowboy outfit, so he wore that. Actually, it was his dad's that he borrowed, which was pretty cute. And my other son hates dressing up. It's another green leaf. So he didn't wear, he just wore his normal clothes, but his granny made him a little mask, little eye mask, which he wore, which was quite cute. And I had a black dress that I wore with some purple and white striped socks or something, trying to look a bit witch-like. It was quite good fun. And we sort of went up to her house, and now here we have this sort of pattern. I'm going to colour around it. I've got some ideas for that. I don't want to colour over it. I want to, as I say, colour around it. So that's the only Halloween party I've been to. I think my niece is dressed as cats. Can't remember. And it was before their little brothers were born, some time ago. I think my dad wore orange. He just wore an orange jumper and stuff. He didn't like dress up as a pumpkin, but he looked quite fun. So it was all good fun. But we haven't had one since. She's now she's going to be 20 on Halloween, I think. She is having a party, but I'm not invited. She's in a student house, so she's not going to want any old there, is she? I'm hoping I'll be able to see her for her birthday at some point, but we'll see what she's up to. I'll have to get in touch with her, because she lives quite near me now. She didn't used to, but now she's in her student accommodation, is quite near to me, so I'll have a chat with her. But yeah, apart from that, we don't do Halloween. It's when I was young, it just wasn't a thing in the UK. You just didn't do it. And then when my boys were little, I didn't want them to be frightened, so we didn't really do it. And we only used to have one group of people come round our house and knock on the door. In fact, before I had my boys, our house was egged by people because they rang the bell and I didn't answer. And so it was a little bit wary after that. What we used to do actually was turn all the lights out and pretend we were out. But because it was really nasty to clean. The next day when I noticed, I heard something hit the window. It had been sunny, and so I had like scrambled egg all over my window, baked on. It's horrible. But we don't get that sort of thing happening around here anymore. I don't know why we did that particular year. People are normally really lovely, so I don't know what's going on. But I think also supermarkets are asked not to sell eggs to kids anymore around Halloween, so they can't do it. It's not very nice for particularly people living on their own. I wasn't frightened, but some people might be. I was just a bit annoyed, to be honest. But anyway, So when the boys were little, we used to just turn the lights out and pretend we were out. And now we just, nobody comes round anymore actually, because the children that used to come round, occasionally we, as they got older, we used to give out sweets. But there was only one group of people that used to come. Because I remember my son won a load of sweets at School Fete in September, so we held on to them and gave them out to the trick-or-treaters. They were little packets, so it's quite a useful thing. We only had one set come round. And I don't like children eating too many sweets. It sounds a bit boring, but I've done various nutrition courses and things, and don't let my children eat that many sweets. So I don't know how good it is to give them all the time. Of course, you don't have to give them out. You can give out other things. So, but I don't think they like it. I remember giving them dried fruit one year. Didn't like it. But anyway, that's my little anti-sweet rant. Yeah, I don't know if you're colouring along with me today or not, but it's quite mesmerising and fun when you're just colouring a flat colour and not doing anything too tricky. I think the shape of the skull has worked quite well, where I sort of guessed where it might be going, so I'm quite happy with that. I hope you might be too. It's funny, I just noticed how many times I said there. My son said to me, oh, so-and-so that I watch, he never says in any of his videos, it's really scripted. And I thought, well, I guess if you watch a TV show, they don't say do they? But then they're not ad-libbing, they're reading a script. So, I'm not pretending that I'm on the television or I'm some sort of professional presenter. I just chat away at you. And so I can't always think of what I'm trying to say, because it's spontaneous, as is the colouring and the colour choices a lot of the time. This wasn't. I had thought about that. I was going to do purple today. I am so sorry about that. What happened was the battery ran out on my camera. Now I have it plugged into the mains, but I think the speed that the battery charges, it can't run off the mains. It's not enough power or something, especially if it overheats. And I think I've just been using it too much today and it just overheated, so I've just put everything aside for a bit, charged the battery and come back to you. And I can't remember what I was talking about like hours ago, so I just thought we would finish this purple and see what it looked like really, and then I don't know if it's all very well in shot, and then we'll come back and do another video probably with the we will with the rest of it, because there's quite a lot. I don't know how long the video was, because the time, the time now is just what I'm using now to colour this. And I know this isn't really very riveting, is it? Is it either? Now some people, when they're doing a background like this, they might do a darker edge around the items to look like shadow. You could do that if you wanted to, so it looks like the to give the impression that the flowers and leaves and things are creating a shadow on the skull. So that is an option for you. I can't get much more purple out of this pencil. It's just the shade it is. It's not really dark. So if I was going to do shadow, I would do it with the black. And not too hard though, just a bit of black underneath. And I would have to also think about where the light was coming from. So I'm saying black underneath. So the black underneath, it assumes that the light is coming from above. And I need to have a look actually at how Kerby has shaded the different bits of the picture to work out actually where the light's coming from. Obviously these are dark, that's inside and here, but we've got a lot of dark underneath bits. It probably is coming from above. So what you would do was put your darker here, like here under there. I don't know how well you can see, I'm quite far away. in the camera. It's quite zoomed out, isn't it? But I'm not doing anything too difficult. So I just thought that I would leave it zoomed out for a bit. So I thought it was fun to do a little Halloween video each day. Some are going to be more Halloweeny than others. Some will just use sort of Halloweeny colours or give you some ideas of how to make non-Halloweeny pictures have a bit of a fun Halloween theme. If you've got any stencils like bats or cats or anything, then you can easily use those on a picture to bring a Halloween vibe to it. I don't have anything like that, and of course if you can draw, my goodness, you just can draw anything really on your page. Again, not something I can do. So I'm just trying to sort of keep it quite simple and use what we've got and just try and give it more of a Halloweeny vibe. I think it's quite fun, and it just gives me something a little bit different and more challenging to do as well. And of course you don't have to do that, you know. You can watch me colour and think, nah, I don't want a purple skull, what on earth is she thinking? But you know, it's up to you. But I just think it's a bit of fun. Also, you might have other colours you associate with Halloween. I mean, obviously red for sort of blood, vampires, etc. could be used. I'm not keen on that. I don't like that idea very much, but it's a bit too gruesome for my liking. But you know, it's completely up to you, of course. Right, just having a look. I seem to have managed to miss a bit here for some reason. Now, on the skull there are patterns and things. I've purposely left gaps because we're going to fill that in with something later. I think I'm pretty happy with that as it stands though, so I am going to leave that now and come back in another video and do bits and bobs. I may make it the last one and do all of the bits. It just depends on quite how far we get and how long things take, so wait and see. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching and happy colouring.